All praises to the mighty Yahweh. This is your boy Zadok Israel. I'm going to be discussing suretyship because many teachers are not able to show you how suretyship applies today. Now, you could do a lot of things to become surety and you don't know it. That is the main way that they get you and they put you in debt and they make you a debt slave, involuntary servitude, because you are becoming a surety. But let's see biblically how important it is to know about surety. And then I will show you exactly how you become surety and you don't know it. So right here it says, he that is surety for a stranger shall smart for it. And he that hateth suretyship is sure. Now, how can you hate suretyship and you don't know what suretyship is? A lot of people don't know what it is. Oh, what is suretyship? Let's get an understanding. Let's keep going. So right here, it says, be not thou one of them that strike hands or of them that are sureties for debts. And yes, you become surety for debts in certain ways, in many different ways, as we will explain. But the most prevalent way that you become surety is through your signature. And I will also show you how to sign things so you do not become a surety for a debt. If thou hast nothing to pay, why should he take away thy bed from under thee? And they will surely take your bed from under you, and they'll take your hard-earned payments and your hard-earned money from you, becoming surety when you do not have to be a surety. Now, this is an example of a surety when we read in Genesis, when all of Israel's sons went to Egypt, and Israel did not want his one son to go because he already lost one son. So his son said, I'll be a surety for you. But let's just see what he means by being a surety. Send the lad with me, and we will arise and go, that we may live and not die, both we and thou, and also our little ones. I will be surety for him. Of my hand shalt thou require him. If I bring him not unto thee and set him before thee, then let me bear the blame forever. So he's becoming surety because all of Israel's son is going to Egypt. But he didn't want his one son to go. But his other son said, listen, I'll be a surety for him. But what does he really mean? If we go further in this same story, this is why it's important. Let's go. It says, and this is Genesis 44:31. It shall come to pass when he seeth that the lad is not with us, that he will die. It's talking about how Israel is going to be really sad. And thy servant shall bring down the gray hairs of thy servant our father with sorrow to the grave. For thy servant became surety for the lad to my father, saying, if I bring him not unto thee, then I shall bear the blame to my father forever. Now therefore I pray thee, let thy servant abide instead of the lad, a bondman to my Lord, and let the lad go up with his brother, meaning take me as a slave, because a bondman is a slave. And since I became surety, I'll be your slave. And that's what happens when you take surety and liability for certain things, you become a slave. Now, let's go into the reading so we can get an understanding of how you can become a surety. And we'll start at and this right here, you can get this document. You can get this document in a Fighting for Fatherhood group on Facebook. Remember, if you like what I'm doing, you can donate. I would love that. I need some type of motivation to keep going. All the links are below, or you could just join us. Please join us. We like to have more people to motivate each and every one of us here at Fighting for Fatherhood. Because remember, becoming a surety is as easy as signing your signature. But I'm going to read certain things in this passage. Let me zoom in a little bit. It says right here, the legal person is a character created by the state to perform various statutory roles prescribed in statutes. In legal term, the legal person's character is called a straw man. Now, this is something you need to understand what a straw man is. Because if you don't understand what a straw man is, you're not able to conduct business using your name. And really, everything is business. Everything is commerce in regards, to the courts, in regards to everyday living. You should not be using your Social Security because that is not yours. You should be conducting business. But right here, we see your straw man is the main thing that puts you in suretyship. And I need you all to pay attention. This is important. For those who ignore me, ignorance of the law is no excuse, and they will still punish you. All right? And like I said, you can read all of this, but let's go further down here, and I'm going to read this. This identity theft by undisclosed duplication is called mirroring. What does it mean, undisclosed? That means when they put your name in all capital letters, that is not talking about you as a flesh and blood human being. That's actually a corporation or transmitting utility or a business name. And anyone deliberately practicing deception is guilty of personage, the crime of knowingly representing a living man or woman as a legal fiction. So what does that say? You are representing a living man and woman as a corporation or a business. You can name your business anything. You can name your business Robert Smith. You can name your business Michael Jackson. And with the state names your business that they created when your birth certificate, they name it after your same name. And that's where they take credit out. It's connected to your birth certificate. Okay. The form of corporation, such as an artificial person, trust, public utility, or foundation. The crime of personage is routinely compounded by barratry, the crime of bringing false claims in court. The term barratry appropriately comes from the Bar Association. Now, I don't want you to get all flustered by all these different words. Just understand that when you go into court and you sign anything, don't sign nothing when you go to court unless you know how to sign. And in this presentation, I'm going to teach you how to sign. And I'm also going to give you, once you join FFF group, you will get this document and many other documents to help you understand how to sign without becoming a surety for the straw man. This is important because whenever you sign anything, whether it be a ticket when you're getting pulled over, or you're going, I don't care where you're at. I don't care if it's at a car dealership, at a hospital. I don't care where you're at. You need to know how to sign your signature. So it says right here, this is important right here. A living identity is established by a given name, title, and information that is proof of life, a thumbprint. Where, and I wanted to show you all mine, that I bought one, but it's not close by in my paperwork. Yeah, here it goes. So you get one of these. This is very important. Whenever you're signing something and you don't want to be surety, the easiest way to show to take yourself out of liability is put a thumbprint. A thumbprint signifies that you're not a corporation. You're not representing an all caps corporation, an all caps name, a legal entity, because legal entities are dead. And just due to the fact that you put your thumbprint next to your signature signifies that you are alive. And it takes away suretyship. This is one way. That's why I say information and proof of life is a thumbprint. All right. I'm going to go down here. It says this, the straw man, right? Person, corporation, represents you in the legal fiction commerce in order to transfer your consent to the legal jurisdiction. If you act in the role of a person, you become accommodation party, invoking consent by joiner. This right here is using a lot of legalese. You need to know legalese. When you're dealing with all types of paperwork, they will use legalese. They will use words you think you know. And then you sign on the paper, you don't know what's going on. And people use legalese all the time to confuse you. But what is this really saying? The word person does not mean a flesh and blood. It means a legal entity. It means a LLC or a sole proprietorship. It does not mean a person like you would use person. And this is important because there's many paperwork that you sign where it says person and you sign it thinking it's talking about you. But that's why they use the word joiner or accommodation party, which means you are now the representative of that corporation. You are now taking liability and you are now become surety for that corporation. Understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go over nobody's head. I really want you all to understand this, because when you read in the Bible where it talks about suretyship, this is what it's talking about in modern day. It's talking about becoming surety. What's the easiest way to become surety? To sign a contract, to sign something. But you have to understand how to sign something. All right? Let's continue. Now, these charts right here are very good. And that's why I suggest you go to Fighting for Fatherhood on Facebook to get a good understanding of what these charts mean. And don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by any of these teachers or things talking about, because I read and I love the Almighty, his laws, statutes, and commandments is the foundation of all of this law. His righteousness of his law is the foundation of everything I'm talking about. But if you don't understand this, and we're living in the modern day, just like Daniel, he was knowledgeable in all sciences. If you don't understand the law here, they will make you a slave. So you have to understand suretyship today. Now, we talk about with the autograph. An autograph and a signature are different. A signature is dealing with dead entities or the dead, or you are making covenants with the dead, because you make covenants with the dead when you sign something. You become an accommodation party when you sign and you don't know how you're signing. You sign incorrectly. But let's read, because an autograph shows that you are alive and you are a flesh and blood human being. And this is how you stop and you do not become a surety. That's the best way. There's different ways. I cannot even say that's the best way. There's different affidavits. And as I continue on this journey with you all, hopefully you all got me, then we're going to learn and grow together. But right here with the autograph, your living jurisdiction is declared in your written or spoken words. If you fail to declare your private living jurisdiction in common law, the national law of the land, the public legal person actor will invariably make the presumption that you are acting in accommodation party, enjoiner, to a dead artificial legal person named in Admiralty Maritime jurisdiction, the international law of the sea. Or they may just say statutory jurisdiction, which is not even a jurisdiction. There's only two jurisdictions under the Sixth Amendment of the Constitution. There's only two legal criminal jurisdictions. But right here, we see that you don't have any rights unless you assert your rights. People come into court and say, I have a right to this. You don't have a right until you assert it in writing or verbally, but you have to assert and let it be known what your rights are, because if you don't, they will not respect your rights. Now, right here, the name can be described as a person, legal personality, artificial person, legal fiction, company, trade name, vessel, committing utility, creature of the law, ward of the state, employee of the state, franchise, ends legions, public servant, estate trust, estate, decedent, corporation, or corpse. Right here, these are all definitions of dead entities that you become a surety for. I have a trade name. I'm creating a trust. All right. But all these different things are controlled by the state. We the people, the Constitution says that you are free, but you're only free in your living capacity. When you sign something and become surety, that's why they take away your rights in court. This whole time I was fighting for my baby thinking I have rights. But the whole time I was making surety for my name. And they had jurisdiction over me because of the Social Security and many other things that I have yet to correct. But like I said, I'm growing together. And when I learn something, I'm going to let you all know this. Because I care. And I know it's my family watching. See right here. On any document, to avoid the presumption of joiner, what does that mean, to avoid the presumption of joiner? To avoid become surety to one of those dead fictional things, it is at least necessary to use proper grammar and ideally reserve your rights. For example, by John of the family Doe, all rights reserved. And we're going to see this. In fact, let me show you this. How to make an autograph. By John Doe, you do it like that, or you put under it all rights reserved. Under all rights reserved without prejudice. The best way is on the next page. You could put all this right here, or you could put John Henry, and then put your thumbprint. Thumbprint autograph can be a thumbprint alone with red ink. It can be overscribed with handwritten autograph in different colors, such as blue, for clarity. All right. At the end, it says no corporate, legal, fictional actor can make a thumbprint or autograph. That means there is no corporation or LLC or sole proprietorship that can make a thumbprint. You are becoming a surety because they're making you a business. When you sign something, you are representing and you are standing in the stead of a business, and you're becoming surety. You have to make sure that you're not surety. All right. And there's many different things that I should reference, but we're going to save it. I'm going to get off of this one, and I'll continue another day. But what I wanted to say was, family, help me out. At the PayPal link, the Cash App link, $1 will go a long way in my heart, because I don't want to. I want to help you all 24/7. I want to help you help us. I've successfully helped 2 women get their children back for children's services. I helped 1 woman get joint custody after you know what I'm saying? So I help women as well as fathers be reunited with their children. And this is my passion. But one way you'll become surety is if you do not understand the difference between signing something and doing an autograph. And I'll be back. All praises, all glory, and all honor to the Holy One of Israel, whose name alone is Yahweh.